Reports have shown, hidden in the United States currency notes reveals something very insidious. These images are disturbing, viewer discretion is advised. Reports show the bills produced and distributed for the United States have printed on them bombings that have happened in the past, and bombings that will happen in the future. The immediate threat coming is a nuclear attack on New York City. It has all been planned from the beginning and there is no stopping what is to come. These are clips taken from a video called Destruction of America produced by Jonathan Kleck, and have been deleted by YouTube to continue to conceal the truth. We are now looking at the 1998 US $20 bill, alongside the Twin Towers moments after the attack that took place in 2001. As you can see, the money printed years prior to the attack is identical to the attack on the Twin Towers. Now we will turn the bill over to see the Pentagon bombing on the same bill, folded in the same pattern. This is now two attacks that happened on the same day identically printed on the same United States $20 bill. If you are skeptical that this is real, or think it might be a coincidence, this is not the first time they printed an attack on your money. Let's quickly review the older $20 bill. This is the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building bombing that took place in Oklahoma City in 1995. Some key characteristics worth pointing out is the rounded corners on the ends of the building, the face blown off, and the floors of the building jutting out. I will now take an image from the Oklahoma bombing and lay the $20 bill on top of it. As you can see, we have another perfect match. Now we will go over the bombing that is to come. This is the United States $100 bill. Folded into the same upside-down pentagram, you can see New York City being consumed by an explosion. There is hidden watermark ink on the bill that cannot be seen with the naked eye. Putting the image into computer software, I will show you each layer of ink that shows you the full destruction of New York City. With each layer of ink added, you can see the movement of the explosion coming towards you. We are front-loaded about this upcoming attack in many ways. Here is an example from a movie called The Day After Tomorrow. Putting the bill and movie clip next to each other, you can see they are front-loading the same agenda. Looking on the next image hidden on the same $100 bill, you can see a nuclear missile impacting the water. The watermark layers of ink show the water splashing from the impact of the nuke. Laid on top of the bill is a missile strike and how it would look to show you the resemblance between the two. Finally, let's look at the new $10 bill and review the exact same agenda hidden on it. Firstly, notice the orange tint on the bill. This was done with intent. On the top of the image, you will see a large explosion happening while the building has a large tidal wave pouring over top of it. In the bottom portion of the image, you will see the building's reflection from the water flooding. The threats are real and should be taken seriously. For more information, links are in the description below.
All right, guys. God bless you and welcome to This Is It 4321 Before the Fire. Let me make sure this thing pauses. We're having all kinds of equipment problem. It's crazy. No big surprise. There's the Vatican. It's a snake. Here we go. Let's get to it, guys. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you very quickly a under 2-minute video right now. And it shows you the different layers of ink. There's 3 layers of ink on the bills. And I was able to document this many years ago in 2007, 2008, when the Lord was just pouring the spiritual gifting through me. And I went to the FBI and I showed it to the FBI and I gave the FBI a prophetic utterance that the Lord had given me, that out of the sea shall come fire and smoke and a devouring wind. Water as high as the walls of Jerusalem will cover the city by the sea. That was part of the utterance. So those images subsequently ended up being printed on U.S. currency notes. So I'm going to hold up I taped all these to this just to make it easier for me. You see the bill right in front of you. That's the $100 bill. It looks like an upside down 10. That is the New York City bombing nuclear attack. Now I'm going to rotate this all the way. And then there's the $10 bill. That's the tidal wave coming over a 7-story building. Now rotate it this way. There's the Twin Tower bombing right there. Now I'll turn it all the way upside down. And There's the federal building bombing in Oklahoma City. Now, I just want you to take a moment and just look at what you're looking at. I mean, do you understand that for anyone to fold 4 bills, and by the way, these are not the only bills. Both $50 bills have the agenda of blowing up the Hoover Dam on the $50 bills. The old 10 and the old 5 and the $20 bill made in 96, they are a series of the Twin Towers burning down. The $20 bill, the one I just showed you, shows the Twin Towers hit. The $10 bill shows them burning. The $5 bill shows them burned down. So all these bills are like talismans. They're like spells that the cabal, the shadow government, the being in the shadows, this is what they're doing. I mean, can anyone argue with what I'm showing you? Or is someone trying to say that's not the federal building bombing in Oklahoma City right there in front of you, pointing straight up? Is someone trying to say that that's not the Twin Tower bombing? Now, the thing is, on the back of these bills, and I tape these down so they wouldn't just flop everywhere, but on the back of these bills are images as well. So now that makes, just if you're going to get into numbers and statistics and probabilities, let's see, there is the Pentagon bombing on the reverse side of the Twin Towers. Happened on the same day and they just happen to be on the same bill? No. If anyone believes that, then you're delusional. So this right now just proved there is a shadow government and they're printing the bombings on our money. Just proved it right here. They're right here, all right in front of you. You can't hold this up and show this to someone without it being true. That'd be insane. So now I'm going to show you who's doing it. I'm going to show you who's doing it. You see the serpent being kind of looking up in the air? And then you see right here what looks like, kind of looks like from the movie Predator. You see it? I'll just move it back a little and then you'll probably really see it. But the big green alien guy or serpent being alien, whatever, looking up, that's from a hieroglyph of Akhenaten and Nefertiti. And that is a clear plastic layover. So what you're seeing is I just traced over the image that's on the hieroglyph. So now you're going to see that. Okay, let's play this real quick though. Let me do this.
I have 2 words for you. Predator drones. You will never see it coming. You think I'm joking?
Do you think he's joking? He's not joking. Look at his face. He even said it.
I have 2 words for you. Predator drones. You will never see it coming. You think I'm joking?
Well, what's interesting is right now, on today's date, December, I guess 20th is the date today, we are still looking at drones all over New Jersey, Manhattan, basically all over the United States. But they're really plugging the ones in New Jersey and Manhattan in that New York area, Eastern Seaboard. Well, what's printed on the new $100 bill? Oh, gee, the $100 bill shows New York being destroyed by nukes. What have they leaked out? Oh, they're sniffing for nukes. Well, what if the entity that started this whole trap for angels, the serpent guy, what if he's the consciousness running the system? Yeah, that's a problem, right? The bottom image that looks yellow, I'm just going to let the resolution change. That's a sheep with the teardrop coming out of the eye and the tongue sticking out. That's actually Queen Nefertiti. All I have to do, I'm sorry, is rotate it. Oh, sorry. Rotate it and turn it sideways. That's the queen in the hieroglyph. So I'm going to show you these things, but it's overwhelming me, to be honest. Here we go. Let's go. You'll never see it coming. Did y'all see this coming? Okay, the way this works is at the top, you'll see the name of the building, Alfred P. Moore, federal building bombing. So again, the way this works is at the top right here, you'll see Alfred P. Moore, that's the federal building. And you'll see the the U.S. currency note right here, the $20 bill. And then down here, you'll see the layers of ink. 1, and then 2 in the middle, and then 3. And then this image right here will start playing those 3 layers of ink like a 3-frame movie. So let's watch. Ready? Here we go. You know what? Let me pause this because I want to stretch this out. Let's try it now. Let's go back and see how it plays now. Ready? Here we go. Alfred P. Mora Federal Building bombing. Here we go. 3 layers of ink. Here is the Alfred P. Mora building. Ink layer 1 will be here. Ink layer 2 will be here. Ink layer 3 will be here. After those 3 layers populate, you will see this image right here just play all 3 layers like a 3-frame movie. So that's the way this works. Ready? Okay, let's do that. Let's go. Here we go. Play. Layer 1. Layer 2. Layer 3. Now look up here. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There it is. So there is the Alfred P. Mora building blowing up on your $20 bill that was taken out of circulation. Why'd they take it out of circulation? I think I know why. Well, they said they were replacing it for counterfeit. Here's the Twin Tower bombing on your new $20 bill. There it is. Layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. I actually think I think the layers got mixed up. Layer 2 should be layer 1. Okay, here's the Pentagon bombing. There's the Pentagon right there. There's layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and then they'll play up here. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here it is. There it is. There's the 3 layers of ink. Now, here is the Hoover Dam. Now, this is the $50 bill. You see the double line right here. You'll see how the front of the bill or the front of the dam, the cement wall right here is real smooth, but you're going to see some, looks like energy waves, like an energy weapon hitting it. Watch. Right there. Okay, so that image that you just saw right there looks like this energy weapon that's hitting the wall. And then what you're going to see next is the new $50 bill. And the new $50 bill, they added clouds. And the clouds that they added right there, those clouds, when you fold it into a pentagram and turn it upside down, those clouds make unidirectional lines that totally change from the old $50 bill that looks like an energy weapon hitting the wall. And then those clouds turn into these unidirectional lines, and they look like water just flowing over the dam, as if the dam has been attacked by an energy weapon, and then the water is flowing over the dam. So here you go. Ready? Here's the new $50 bill. There's no water containment lines right here like the old 50. There were those 2 lines. They're gone now. The unidirectional lines are there. Now watch what the unidirectional lines do. I mean, just watch what the difference is. It is unbelievable. Guys, here we go. Ready? Unidirectional lines. Watch this. And the water containment's missing now. Tell me what the odds are. It went from that really unusual energy weapon looking. It went from that to this. There you go. That's water flowing over a dam, guys. You see it? Now here's the new $100 bill. There's the 3 layers of ink. There's 3 layers of ink, and it shows the nuclear destruction of New York City. Now, what about all these drones flying over? Who was running the Biden presidency? Was it Kamala Harris? Was it Obama? Who was it? Well, it had a lot of Obama's people in there, didn't it? Had a lot of weird stuff going on. Where'd the 8 million votes go that Joe Biden got in the election that he won against Donald Trump? All of a sudden, 8 million votes are just kind of missing. Seems like that'd be around there somewhere, doesn't it? Okay, $100 bill. It shows the nuclear destruction of New York City. But again, what's going on? There's drones everywhere, and apparently these drones can't be intercepted by U.S. helicopters. If someone gave me the authority and gave me the resources and said, Johnny, you have the resources of the military and you can have all the helicopters or whatever you want, someone will do whatever you tell them to do. And I would go find out what those drones were for sure, and I'd let you know. But it seems like they can't let anybody know what they are. And then they're leaking, like, allegedly they're sniffing for radioactive material. Well, that's convenient because printed on the new $100 bill is the nuclear destruction of New York. And they're kind of making it like, oh, well, we can't, oh, they're friendly. Trust me. They're not, they're really friendly. How could they make those statements without having had interaction or knowing exactly what they are? That's impossible. So they're saying they're friendly, and everybody wants answers, but there are no answers that they're actually giving you. Denial, denial, denial. But then they're saying, oh, they're friendly. They're no threat. And then they're leaking that they're really looking for lost nuclear devices. Isn't that convenient? Because on the U.S. currency are images of New York being destroyed by nukes on the $100 bill and on the $10 bill tidal wave. What's really crazy is I know a guy that prophesied in 2007 and 2008 that this would happen. Out of the sea should come fire and smoke, shall come fire and smoke, and a devouring wind. That happens to be printed on the $100 bill that came out 7 years later? Okay. What about water as high as the walls of Jerusalem will cover the city by the sea? That's printed on the $10 bill? So that prophetic utterance actually matches images that are printed on U.S. currency notes? Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I just was trying to find an easy way to show them to you guys. But look at all these just together. Isn't that just mind-boggling? Look at that. Do you think that's even remotely possible? That's not remotely possible. Okay. Now, what I'm going to get through with is I'm going to show you who's doing it, who's been doing it, and the furthest back I can go to show you how I know who's doing it, because the Lord God whom I serve showed me who it is. Okay, and I'll just tie it all together for you the best I can. Okay, so let's finish this little clip. So there it is. I mean, that's a no-brainer. That sure looks like a nuke destroying buildings. There's like a missile impacting the water. Missile fuselage tail going in, nose down, penetrating and going in. Sure looks like what it is to me. Call me a conspiracy theorist. How about just call me a biblical believer? Because everything I'm showing you was revealed to me through the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of the living God. Now, let's get to who's doing it. Okay, let's get to the whole why is this happening? Who are they? Let's do that right now. All right, so I'm going to lead into this next section with a little clip that's very compact right now. I'm doing this because I'm going to clip what I'm doing right now and make this a short little video for X. So, you ready? Let's do this. I'm going to make like a 5-minute clip right now, and then we're going to go into who's doing all this? Who's behind it? Can you say Predator drones? Does that look like a Predator on the U.S. $100 bill? Well, we'll get to that in a couple minutes, but let's do this. Y'all ready? They're busted. The serpent race is now being made manifest. So let's do this. Let's start here. I'll go over here. And let's start right here. Okay. This'll be my little way to remember where we're at. Okay, so I think he was I think there was a conference when he was telling Putin he'd have more flexibility during his second term, as if he knew he was going to have a second term for sure. He didn't remember his mic was on during that one. Anyway, so we're going to go from there to here and play this.
I have 2 words for you: Predator drones. You will never see it coming. You think I'm joking?
Okay, well, I don't think you're joking. Now, we all know there's a lot of activity going on with the drones. I'm not going to elaborate on that, but I want to show you guys. Y'all remember the movie Predator, and here's the face of the Predator right here. Let me just slide that over for you for a minute right here on the $100 bill. There you go. Let's just slide that over a little bit. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because I want to show you juxtaposition. Like, well, there's a Predator right here on the $100 bill. That's an alien head, and I can tell it's done with intent. It's also done with plausible deniability. So there's an image right here of the Predator right here, like an alien right here. There he is, and there he is right here. But it's got what's called plausible deniability, that someone could look at you and go, oh yeah, whatever, dude. You know, you can see whatever you want. I see Mickey Mouse. I do too. But I also see a Predator. And the point is, now I'm going to show you that what's going on the U.S. currency is a manifestation of that image you're seeing of the green serpent, alien looking guy with kind of silvery eyes looking up, and he's looking up at that U.S. currency note that looks kind of like him. The reason there's other colors on there is this is a clear plastic layover that I drew in on the hieroglyph of Akhenaten worship. Akhenaten means worshippers of the sun. Akhenaten, worshippers of the sun. Obama's logo was the rising sun when he ran for president. So now let me get back to this one more time. Let's just do one more. Let's do it a little bit. Let's do it a little bit bigger. Here you go. We'll slide this guy over, and then we'll crunch this down to match the size. There we go. So let's just do that for a moment. Sit there, give it a minute, and then there you go. Wow, that is kind of crazy. Okay, but now let's reinforce that by playing the video. Now again, the video that I'm showing you, every bill I'm going to show you, it will identify right here. Alfred P. Mora building. Here's the image of the Alfred P. Mora building on the $20 bill, the old 20. And then over here to the left, it'll say ink layer 1, ink layer 2, ink layer 3. And then this image right here will show you all 3 layers of ink that are hidden from the naked eye, okay? And that's what it's going to do on every bill that comes up here. You'll see this bill, the federal building bombing, then you'll see the Twin Towers. Just for reference, on the Twin Towers, the number 1 bill and the number 2 bill actually got switched. So you'll still see the 3 layers of ink, and then so on and so on. So here we go. Let's just do it. Ready? Alfred P. Mora building right here. Let's go. Layer 1. Layer 2, layer 3. Now they'll play like a little video. There's the Alfred P. Mora building blowing up right in front of your face. So that's not arguable because I just showed it to you. That is the Alfred P. Mora building. Who's doing it? Well, maybe the Predator that I just showed you that's on the $100 bill. There's a Twin Tower bombing. There it is blowing up. There's the rubble. There's the smoke expanding. There's 3 layers of ink on this one as well. Okay, now let's do the Pentagon. Now you'll see the Pentagon bombing. There's first layer of ink, second layer of ink, third layer of ink. Now you'll see the image itself, and we'll just rotate those layers, and there all the layers are rotating, and you can see the building blowing up. There's the Pentagon blowing up. Again, here's the $50 bill, the older one that had no clouds on the back. I don't want to go to Google Images because every time I try to go to Google Images, it destroys my entire desktop. It shuts down the entire program because apparently someone doesn't want me to get Google Images open. The good news is I already had the images myself in a folder. So anyway, here's the old $50 bill. There's no clouds on the back of that bill. And what you're seeing is the face of a dam. And I'll say it's the Hoover Dam. And these 2 lines right here and here represent the water containment. Well, the bill changed. They took off the double lines around the oval on the back of the bill right here. They took off those double lines that encircled the oval, and then they added clouds. When you add clouds, it looks like water coming down the dam. Instead of this, it looks like water. Let me show you what looks like an energy weapon attack on the dam right here. Okay, right there was the change in resolution, and look there. What is that? Look at those. Look at that. What is that? That is hidden from your sight. You could only see it because I had an old program, Paint Shop Pro, and when I rolled my cursor, it exposed the 3 layers of ink. Had to have been the Lord, because he was the one showing it to me. And so when I had it up on the screen and the Lord was showing me, I want to show you something, I rolled my cursor and it was like, oh my God, those watermarks that I saw that look like watercolors, they expanded, and then they showed it to look like the Twin Towers. It looked like rubble expanding or smoke. The Federal Building, same thing. But on the $50 bill, it turned into that. But then they changed the $50 bill, and on the new 50, they added clouds to the back of the $50 bill. And there you go. And there was a double line that went around this whole oval right here, and they took that double line off, but they added clouds. And that made the whole thing look like water now coming over the dam, which would suggest that the dam got hit with some kind of an energy dew weapon, and then the water containment broke, and then the water's going over the dam. And I wonder what the odds of all this are. But don't forget, the predators, you'll never see them coming. Okay, there's that watermark. There's the new $50 bill. Look at that. I mean, look at that, you guys. That's insane. Look at that. Okay. That's water flowing over a dam. Here's the $100 bill. And now this is part of a prophetic utterance that the Lord gave me in 2007 before Obama became president, and said, out of the sea shall come fire and smoke and a devouring wind. That's a nuke. Water as high as the walls of Jerusalem will cover the city by the sea. Okay, that is a tidal wave. Well, I wonder what the odds are that 7 years later, a U.S. currency note came out, the new $100 bill, and on that new $100 bill, it actually had buildings being devoured by a nuclear explosion. A devouring wind, part of the prophetic utterance, out of the sea shall come fire, smoke, and a devouring wind. And that is printed on the new $100 bill. And let me let the resolution change. The one that's right in front of you looks like an upside down 10, but you can't see the devouring wind with the naked eye. But the Lord sees everything, just to all parties concerned. The Lord God sees everything, everybody's evil plans. And to think that he doesn't see them would be naive at best. Okay, and nefarious, actually. Okay, so there it is. Here's a $100 bill. There it goes. Bam. Layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. There it is. Layer 1, 2, 3. Now on the back of that bill, it shows a missile going into the water, making impact with the water, like maybe they shot a nuclear missile right here. There's it. It's impacting going in the water. You'll see the fins. You see like a little, it looks like a little, whatever, exhaust maybe coming out of the end of the missile. Here the fins are to the missile. There's a fuselage going nose down into the water, and then look at the watermarks. Okay, that's not by coincidence, guys. That's by design. Okay, now let me show you this. Let's go back here, and I wonder what the odds are. That in society right now we have all these drones going over and nobody saw it coming.
I have 2 words for you. Predator drones. You will never see it coming. You think I'm joking?
Look at his face. Do you think he's joking? I would tell you, I've been in situations where people looked at me like that and they weren't joking. Now, here is another strange thing. He did say predator drones, right? Well, here's what's really crazy to me. Here's the $100 bill that I ended up with the other day. And by God, that looks just like the predator showing up on the new 100. There you go. There it is. And what? Look at that. That's just crazy, isn't it? Look at that. Bam, bam. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this video before I have any other, I'm having attacks on my equipment. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to load this up. Then I'm going to use this same video and I'm going to add on to the back side of it who's doing it. But I want this to make it onto X and other platforms right away. Okay, here we go.